Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is just right about 1:40 p.m. here in Accra, Akimota in Ghana. And it's working day for the two teams out here playing at the African Games. It's a big one coming up, an East African derby. Kenya needing a victory up against Rwanda, needing a victory. Two winless sides in this one. They will be thinking a victory here will give them the impetus to go into the rest day with an urge to come out of the shells on match day 3 and qualify for the semi-finals. I am not alone today. My name is Innocent Dowla, but first things first, my mate Endurance Ofem was out there in the middle with the two captains at the toss, and this is what they said.
Good afternoon and welcome to match 2 on day 2. At the All-African Games here, we have the East African Derby. It's Rwanda versus Kenya. With me at the toss, we have Captain Diane and Esther, and the tournament referee, Emmanuel Dube. Here with us at the toss is the home team, Rwanda, who will toss the coin. Okay, so Diane, you won the toss. What would you be doing?
We are going to bat first.
Any reason why you've made that decision?
We are batting. We've seen the way the wicket is behaving, so we know how it will be reacting. We know the solution, so there is no reason why we can't bat first.
So, I mean, any changes for the team today?
Yeah, only one change. Mohau is out and Clalis is in.
And all the best for the game.
Thank you.
Esther, please. Esther, what would you have done if you had won the toss?
We could have bat first.
So what's the plan now that you're bowling first? What's the defendable total?
We are going to stick to our plan, and that's it, to minimize them to the less runs that we can chase.
Any changes from your team of yesterday?
No. There's no changes.
All the best, Esther.
Thank you.
And that is it from here at the center. It's Rwanda who have won the toss and they will be batting.
You heard it out from the toss, the two captains. It is Marianne Bimenyimana of Rwanda that won the toss. And she said she will have a bat. They love runs, the Rwandans. I love the way they bat. Yesterday against Zimbabwe, they put up a masterclass of batting in the power play, and that's the way to go about business. Merve Uwase and Gigel Ishimwe run out in the middle, two best friends. They open the batting for their country. They're always in each other's company, and they love each other to bits. They're out there to do the business for their country. Kenya needing a victory. They lost by 6 wickets to Uganda yesterday. And for Rwanda, they gave away victory when it was all theirs for the taking. 14 runs needed by Zimbabwe. In 2 overs, they couldn't hold on. The captain was the guilty party, Diane Marie Bimenyimana, alongside Rosine Herrera, who had bowled very well. 2 catches, 2 run-outs missed in that scenario. That's what they call snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. But today is another day. The sun is out, and well, the game of cricket lives on. Endurance Ofem is with me in the comms box. You'll be listening to a voice of a former Rwanda captain, Bob Bashir Songa. He's one of us, but he decides to be on holiday this time round. But we managed to sneak him out of the corner. Good afternoon, Endurance.
Good afternoon, Innocent, and good afternoon from here, Accra, Ghana. It's an East African derby, Rwanda versus Kenya. 6 games played between these two sides, and they've won 3 apiece. This is the 7th one who takes home the victory today. In a couple of hours, we'll be able to find out that. But I promise you something, it's going to be an exciting form of cricket here.
It used to be a big sister, little sister affair back in the day, but Rwanda have turned the tables on everyone in East Africa. And I tell you, they don't want to be called a little sister. They may be a small nation, but very, very proud. And the way they play the game says a lot about their character.
They can't stay there for long, Innocent, when they have the quality of coaching they are getting from the Zimbabwean. You want to tell us about the Rwandan national female coach?
I have so many fairy tales about Leonard Namburo, a man who holds a magic wand. Everything he touches turns into gold. He did it with Namibia winning the African Championship. He did it with Zimbabwe. He did it with Southern Rocks. And is now doing things with... and that is it. When they hit it hard off the surface, it goes and they come through for runs. Rwanda get the scoreboard ticking already because that is the way cricket must be played in the power play. Don't come around and play time. Come around and make hay because the field is still inside. Talking about Leonard Namburo, it took Rwanda to the World Cup 30 years ahead of time. The under 19 girls were in South Africa in January last year, and they beat up on 2 test nations. They beat Zimbabwe and the West Indies. That girl I was talking about earlier, Rosine Irera, one of the superstars of that victory. Big flashing drive that will run down the ground.
I agree with you, Innocent. When you have that caliber of coach, there's no way you're not going to get this quality of cricket that we're seeing today. It's something great to see. And I'll tell you what, the coach is from a test-playing nation, so he's got a lot of experience behind him. And Rwanda, the investment really yielding those fruits, having participated at the World Cup and beating test nations. West Indies is something to behold. Wasi looking really solid, taking advantage of scoring in the V. Kept the fielder at long off very busy. Levanda and Gambo in the one conceding at the moment from the school end of this over. Back of a length. She goes big this time into the gaps. The fielder comes round from long off. Plenty of grounds to cover. Just a single. This one went quickly to her.
to the screen immediately.
Interesting how the captains have managed to slow things down.
She was passing down the wicket, almost shook hands with the ball and on her way back to the dugout. But this is for the temptation. Again, good hands there from her. Like that. The bowler is tight on you. Protect the strike. Find a wolf getting a single. You can't be there all day long. Everybody's got to go there and die somehow. You die trying.
That's what we talked about, Innocent. I mean, trying to rotate strike and just ensuring that you get off strike as often as you can while you wait for those boundary deliveries and take advantage of them. The game is so short, 120 balls. This time drive straight to the field as it covers. Ishiunwe, one of the big names around the Rwandan cricket. If we don't get going in Lagos, hopefully she gets going. Plenty of potentials. She rocks back this time, plays a dead bat. It's Melvin who's slowing things down for Kenya. Plenty of cricket between these teams. Another dot. That's the end of the second over.
Very good over there, bowled by Melvin Kagoisa. Just going for the 1 run. So 11 for no loss after 2.
Kenya have played 57 T20Is, Women's International, won 28 and lost 28 of those. Interesting to see. Some decent pace there. Right on our gloves. And Rwanda played 72 T20Is, won 37 of those and losing 34 with a tie. Tie 1. They've done well to continue to expose their women's team to bilateral series, Rwanda. This time she goes big, but straight to the fielder, no run. Brilliant piece of bowling here, just keeping the bat busy. Lavender into our second over from the school end of this over. Big swing and misses that one. Just leaving her. Wase will have to find a rhythm and a plan against this bowling. Lavender seems to be getting into a rhythm there. She goes big this time, straight to the field up middle. A catch, and that's the wicket. Just not getting it through. Perhaps should have waited back and tried to nudge around. But still forcing her way through that one.
That is the end of 18-year-old Marve Uwase playing her 26th Women T20I for her nation. She's got just about 260 runs, an average of 17. She's got the potential to do better because she can play better. She just needs to keep working hard and hard. Yes, the purpose is there, but the result is not forthcoming for Marve Uwase. She perishes early today. And Kenya have wicket number 1 with the scoreboard reading 11 for 1. And walking into bat at number 3 for Rwanda, it is At least Ikuzwe.
I didn't really think it was necessary to enforce that one. 11 from 2 overs wasn't that bad. If you don't get in it, if you're not making that required contact, perhaps push it around a bit, find the gaps on the ground, then you can accelerate from there. On the bat straight away, she will get busy. Lavender ensuring some response from the Rwandan batters.
Chance for a run. Yes, no, yes, no. And finally it is Wait. Mercy Ahono Sifuna right there with a little fumble, but again she does well to recover and pick it up and save her team from going for some free runs.
And it's end of the third over. We score on 11 for 1. Wicket certainly slow things down. Some medical support required here by the Rwandan batter. Some time to regroup for the Kenyans while the Rwandan batters get some medical support. Action from Zimbabwe versus Uganda. It's Uganda struggling to get through the times. 36 for 2 from 10 overs. That's not realizing the potentials in that team. They've got to stick out. They've got to give Zim a run for their money. That is what this tournament is all about. On neutral surfaces, newly built wickets here at the Achimota School, Accra, Ghana. Viewers around the world, this is the African Games. And this is somewhere in the western coast of Africa.
We are at a small township called Achimota. Achimota Complex. Very beautiful school, very big school with lots of social amenities. You talk about Uganda struggling. I tell you, they are playing for the opposition. And the opposition up against them is Zimbabwe. 36 for 2 in 10 overs is no way a T20 score. I would struggle even to make sure I have 36 in 10 overs, even in a test match lately. More so an ODI. So Uganda digging their own grave. Just a glance away at Achimota A. And you feel for the two colleagues of ours, one a Uganda and one is Zimbabwean there.
They have to deal with themselves there. Plenty of rich history by this school, formerly Prince of Wales College and school at Achimota, later Achimota College, now nicknamed Motown, established in 1927, opened by Sir Frederick Guggisberg, then governor of the British Gold Coast colony. Quite a rich history here, Innocent.
The man with the numbers, the man with the history, the historian, the legend himself. You heard him loud and clear. I can't say any further. Endurance on fire in the comms box.
Like in Achimota School for King's College, Lagos, they've got big histories, travel around playing themselves in bilateral, biannual sports events, and cricket, athletics feature in those ones.
Just now, I won't be calling it Achimota School anymore. It's Motown for me now. Motown. Founded by Sir Frederick. A little here, stop and start for in the Rwandan game. Looks like the medical break. Somebody's in trouble. Is it Alice Ikuzwe? The physio is doing some mileage, running on and off. The umpire is standing in there in the video. There is a Ugandan, we call him the doctor back home. He doesn't have any PhD for doctorship, though. He's just the doctor. Patrick Makumbi Musoke played hockey in national colors. A goalkeeper in hockey, Patrick Makumbi, but he's found his passion in cricket, which he took up later and started coaching around the schools.
That's the good thing, sitting with you in the box. You get a lot of things to know a lot of things you don't know. Nails down that one, but didn't get hold of it.
Patrick Makumbi is alongside a former top order batter for Tanzania, Adil Kasem.
Gisele Shinwe on strike. Another dot. Earlier, both captains wanted to bat. The Kenyans said they wanted to bat if they had won the toss. Brilliant dab there. Not escaping there. It was scramble for that one. Kenyan struggling here. Alice would have to get going here for Rwanda. Melvin keeping things quiet. Not really going. Perhaps struggling there with that injury. It's end of over number 4. Score still on 11 for 1. I beg your pardon, 12 for 1 after 4 overs. The game progressing slowly. Kenyans reading this, ensuring that the Rwandans are kept within reach. They've played themselves many times. On the wicket line, straight to mid-off, no run. Another dot, just dotting them away. Lavender making it tough work this for Rwanda.
Lavender Idambo picked up the only wicket thus far in the match, the wicket of Marve Uwase. And right about now, she's dotting away. She has a maiden. She went for 10 runs in the last over, but she's come back bravely. Right in the spot. Gijeli Simwe, the leading run scorer for Rwanda in T20 I's with 1,160 runs.
She's behind Yashmi Khan, who scored 1,212 plus runs in her career. Swings big inside the edge, misses the stumps. Shinwe Gisele struggling to get going here. The power play has been struggling times for Rwanda. Happy moments for Kenya, slowing things down a bit. Lavender into our third over.
Ishimwe has played 71 matches for Rwanda, but since he started playing, she has been playing for 68 matches non-stop. And that's a player and a coach who love to have injury-free, full of life, and always putting her body on the line. She's got the number 8 in the most number of runs on a single ground. That's at the Gahanga. She has got there 371 runs.
Big booming drive straight to cover. Brilliant piece of bowling there by Lavender Idambo of Kenya. A quick move is end of the 5th over and it's 13 for 1. Not the best you wish in power play overs, but that is what it is here in Accra at the African Games. A voice will be joining us soon. He's a big colleague, the man who loves the mic as well. Say what you want. He loves to talk cricket. I really admire him, his passion for it. Made plenty of sacrifices to travel around a bit. Former Rwandan international Bob Sanger. Welcome to the Comes Box. Hopefully you land on that beautiful voice of yours.
I will be happy to pave way for the 2 former captains. I've never captained my country at any level. Schools don't count, and clubs don't count either. So I'll be happy to pave way for 2 former captains, a Rwandan and Nigerian skipper, at both the junior level and the senior level. So I can go and maybe take some water or refresh, wash my face. It's a hot day here in Accra at Motown.
You must stick around, Innocent. I've been getting a lot of comments. They love your voice from all over the world. We keep reading those funny messages. Hey, Innocent, beautiful voice. Misses the stumps there and pads. White ball. Brave keeping there, standing up to that medium pacer. It's Flora Odiambo, who's bowling her first over from the golf club end. Slower delivery there.
Flora Adiambo Atieno.
Rocks back, this time hits the straight, bringing mid-off and covers into play. No run still. Not the type of super overs you would like to watch here. It's the Kenyans who have kept things quiet and Rwanda responding. She goes big, swings across the line. Alice still trying to get going, but the Kenyan bowlers have ensured, according to their captain, we'll bowl them for as little as we can, so it's easier to chase. She dabs that one, will scramble for a single run out opportunity. She went quick enough. And it's end of the power play overs. The score is 16 for 1. Bob, you're welcome to the mics.
Thank you, Mr. Andy.
Likes to call me Mr. I like to be called Andy.
A change in bowling from the Kenyans from the school end. But again, Mr. Endurance, talking about the power play, 16 for 1. I'm not sure I've ever seen this kind of scorecard in the past 2 years for Team Rwanda, with the likes of course, Merve Uwase alongside Giselle Ishimwe, who looks to be struggling using the dead bat after facing 15 deliveries for her 3 runs, alongside Alice Ikuzwe, who's been very impressive and dominant with the bat, having been promoted at number 3. They would love to up the ante, see if they can pierce those gaps, keep protecting the strike to see if they can get to 120 runs to have a defendable total on this particular ground.
It's always going to be difficult to come by when you have those dot balls. And clean, what a beauty. She misses that one. She struggled all day, all morning. At last, another break is Jemima Ndanu that has done the damage here. Happy moment for Kenya. I was going to talk about it, Bob, when you promote a batter up front, you need to also understand, are they able to handle the moving ball? When the ball is dancing around a bit, it's difficult to put away. So you must always have your regulars, opening batters, and if you've not tried it in practice matches or those tours, you don't have to come into a tournament trap, because then those dot balls will become problems later on.
I agree with you there, Mr. Endurance. And again, Jemima coming in right after the power play. When the field is sprayed, you could see on that dismissal, she played with the dead bat, with a negative mindset, not trying to see if she can penetrate through the gaps. Of course, you can see the field is sprayed for them to see if they can keep taking it around the corner. But she had to depart to make it 2 down, 17 runs on board. As we see the another Ishimwe Ariete being promoted again at number 4. She had a very good knock and partnership with Giselle Ishimwe yesterday in that game. They almost took it away from the Zimbabweans. Tattoo shot there, Laura P there. And the finger is up straight away, Golden Duck. She comes and she goes, is Ishimwe Ariete.
Not good enough for Rwanda. Not what you want to see, but it is what it is now. Here, Kenya making a walk of this one. Rwanda in all sorts of troubles. And they've lost the 3rd wicket. It's Henrietta Ishimwe, the one who usually scores and create a partnership with Gisele. It's 16 for 3. With first 10 runs coming from the first over. In the last 6 overs, they've only managed 6 runs. That is very, very poor cricket here. I must say, these Rwandans not lived up to their full potentials yet. They've got it in them. They've got to find a way to bring it to bear. And they're playing against known faces, known foes. We call it the East African Derby. Innocent, you reminded me earlier.
And Jemima, right after the power play, she is on a hat-trick. Can we witness the first hat-trick in this particular tournament? It's going to be the left-hand, right-hand combination. Clarissa. Change of pace, well played by Alice to get off the strike through covers. Coming back to your point, they got 10 runs is Team Rwanda in the power play. Coming off the blade of Merve Uwase. I would love to see that youngster, 18-year-old to be precise, occupying more space at the in the middle there alongside Giselle Ishimi to see if they can keep giving Team Rwanda a good start. Having 16 runs after the power play, you can see the effects of that.
Well, you can't take anything away from them. They've got the potential to just come and deliver. All they need to do is continue to self-believe in themselves and give themselves a chance to run through this one. Brilliant piece of bowling. Trust me, Bob, these Kenyans have really been disciplined in the power play overs, bowling line and length. If you miss, they keep the bat busy, complementing that with brilliant piece of fielding around the wicket.
Yeah, I agree with you. They have kept the boundaries off the cards for Team Rwanda, and they're making them earn every single run. Lovely shot down the ground, straight to that fielder at long off to cut it off to only one, to bring us to the end of the 7th over with the scoreboard reading 18 for 3 after 7.
Even after the power play, they've got 9 fielders in the inner ring, which tells you they know what they're doing. They can't open that field to give assured Rwanda singles. They've got to tighten the screw.
As a former captain, Mr. Endurance, if a team is moving at 2 runs and over, I don't see any reason of opening up the field.
I agree with you 100%. In fact, I would have tightened more screw, force the big shots. Let them take the risks.
Normally our partner here, Mr. Innocent, says they are playing for the opposition side.
Just pushing it straight to the fielder at short covers.
I'll tell you, Mr. Endurance, when you look at the way Giselle is playing at the moment, you can see on the offside, the extra cover, there's no fielder whatsoever. She likes taking Ishimi down the wicket. This is something she's not done. Run out chance there. Not a very good, accurate throw. She might have been backing. Is Clarice.
Bob, is always going to be difficult when you have the keeper standing up, because that plays in your head. And that's the pressure Kenya is putting up. They've done that beautifully. Making sure the ball is bowled around the bat, just outside of stump. A keeper willing to take a run, a stump opportunity. You come down the line, I could dot it down the leg side. You get stumped off a white ball.
I'll tell you, Mr. Endurance, to me, these are games for big players, like the likes of Giselle Ishimwe. Yes, of course, the keeper is standing up, but when you look at this, the way the field is all inside, the attacking is Team Kenya. Try and think outside the box. Try and see if they can get at least now to 5 runs and over, to see if they can cross 100 mark.
Does it interest you to know that Kenya has played fewer T20Is than Rwanda? But again, what opposition? 57 of them, 28 wins, 28 losses, and 1 tie. She goes big booming drive. This will go all the way, quick enough to get to the middle boundary. The much needed reliever shot.
Absolutely, very much needed boundary for Team Rwanda, as we see the captain herself telling the fielder to stay out there at the boundary at long off. They'll need more of those ones. Coming back to Team Rwanda playing, they've played, of course, more games than Team Kenya. They've played 6 games, flicked away into the pads. 2 is the call. They're running very hard. Goes all the way to the boundary. The chase is in vain. Back-to-back boundaries from the lefty, Clarissa. They've played 6 games. It's Team Rwanda and Kenya. They've won 3-3. Endurance, who is going to be on the top after this particular game. And the 3 games that Rwanda has won, they've come into back-to-back wins. Kenya dominated in the span of 3 years. But last 2 years, starting from Kwibuka, that's when Rwanda caught up, beating them twice in the last year's Kwibuka, and they met in Victoria Series, where Rwanda also dominated again, beating Team Kenya. But this time round, we are in the 13th All-Africa Games, who is going to be on the upper side, as we end over number 8 with the scoreboard reading 23 for 3. Beg your pardon, 27 for 3.
They've got to grind here. Almost halfway down this innings. It's 8 overboard. 3 wickets lost. 27 runs on the board. We just have to see someone trying to dig this out from the Achimota Oval. It's a neutral ground. Match number 7 between both teams. 1-3 apiece. Brilliant shot. Straight to mid-on. She wants the second and she will get it. Brilliant running. Gisele Ishinwe knowing it is time to accelerate. 7 from 20 deliveries. She needs to get going. She's experienced enough. She's got all the experience, the quality required to deliver here for Rwanda. She goes big this time, straight to the bowler who comes into play. Trust me, if you ask around, I'm one of her big fans. I want to see her get runs.
It's a big moment for the young Gisela, striking it at 26. She'd love to carry her team, build a partnership or two with the young Clarice, the lefty. Into the pads again, Flick Finer. The chase is on. They're running very hard. And the chase is in vain as they get another boundary. Much needed yet again for Team Rwanda. Not a good over. Not a good second over for Jamie Mandanu after picking up those 2 wickets, going for only 2 runs. She seems to be bowling all over the pitch. The Kenyans on the other side would love her to stick to the basics and pitch it in the right areas and the right channels. It is young Giselle.
She goes big, this time in the air, but will be taken just when we thought she was getting on, not coming through. Another breakthrough for Kenya. She's carried a lot on her shoulders. It's Jemima who gets a third.
Jemima bowling a magical spell here for her side, picking up 3 big wickets for Team Rwanda as we see Gisela Shimwe walking back to the dugout. She is living with herself after getting a boundary. They always say at the early stage, try and get a single. She was one of the most recognized batters left. But now it's all upon the captain, Diane Bimenyimana. All in sorts of bother is Team Rwanda here after losing 4 wickets.
Shinwe continues that poor run. She was looking the part today. No, she perishes on 11 from 23 deliveries.
Tally 3 for 4 after 8.4. It's Jemima to continue from the school's end. Down the leg, straight up. White signal by Patrick Mark Makumbi. What a tournament we're having. So earlier, Team Nigeria upsetting, hands down, beating Team Namibia. How did you take in that win, Mr. Endurance? I know you're always neutral here in the commentary box.
Well, I'll tell you what, being a board member of Nigerian Cricket Federation, it's been a lot of investment. We're having Ashura Prince in Nigeria working with those bowlers and working with the team. Steve Tikolo, all of them, Sarah. We've put in a lot and we deserve that one. We will take it. We will celebrate it. It's worthwhile beating a top associate nation, Namibia. So here is the East African Derby, and it's Rwanda behind the dock. Diane wanted that single, noisy call from non-striker's end. Clarissa.
Catching on what's happening to the other ground is 59 for 5. Team Uganda batting in 16.4. Kevin Awino in yet to open her counter after facing 3 deliveries, and Rita Osamari on 10 of 15 deliveries. She's been outstanding, of course, in Entebbe in the global qualifiers. Laura P there, and another one bites the dust as we see Kevin Awino.
And here at the second over bay is 34 for 4 after 9 overs.
Into the block, well picked by the young Clarice. I could only manage to find the fielder at long on for only a single.
There's been smart field placement by the Kenyan captain. She's moved up fielders round nicely. 3 of them outside the inner ring. Long off, I beg your pardon, 4. Diane tries to dab it through backward of point, but fielder wouldn't allow that. She's got to find some rhythm here for Rwanda. She goes big drive, no run there. Deep square leg, long on, long off, deep extra cover. All position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fielders in the inner ring. Rocks back, try to find that gap, but this time fielders come into play. Perhaps too many dot balls in this game. They have to punch them really hard and find those gaps. Just dabbing them. Too much substance there of slow bowling. Sneak that one in, run out opportunity. Diane is home safe.
And the captain gets off the mark after facing 6 deliveries of the opposition captain, Esther Wachira, who is bowling a tidy fast over in this particular fixture. Last ball to come, it is Clarice. There is protection, deep square leg and a long off and a long on field. Allowed appeal there, but it goes in vain. But what an over to start with from the captain, giving away only 1 run to end the halfway stage of the innings, with the scoreboard reading 36 for 4. Rwanda on the other side finding them in all sorts of bother here after losing 4 big wickets of the likes of the 2 Ishimwes alongside Merveille Uwase, who's been in fine touch in her previous games. A lot to be done by these 2. The captain is there. They will need her to play a captain's knock alongside Clarice.
We're halfway through this innings. 36 for 4. And his drinks breaks. Just looking at his stats there. It's been Jemima Ndano who's been the magic bowler for Kenya. 3 for 9 from 2 overs. Esther Wachira, let's keep herself just dotting away her first over, conceding only 2. Slow pace first innings from both overs. Uganda toiling away 60 for 7 after 17.2 overs. Some huge investment in that team, to whom much is given, much is expected. They've got experience, coaches around them. They've got to stick up their hands and be counted. This is the African Games. The first time cricket is coming through after the nod from the Olympics Committee. And these ladies here today on International Women's Day are making history for their various countries. Bob, what is your take? Cricket for the first time in African Games.
I'll tell you, firstly, I'll tell you that I don't think I've ever seen Mr. Leonard Ndamuro, the coach of the women's team, going out there to give a message. It shows you how big this game is and much. He knows he will need a win in this fixture to see if they can stay alive after, of course, that defeat against Team Zimbabwe. You know, this tournament, you lose 2, you're out. The other side and group, it is very much alive after that win over Team Nigeria. And Tanzania being taken apart by Team South Africa. Coming back to Team Rwanda, they will have a win or two. These two, they are yet to get a win in this tournament.
I'll tell you what, Bob, for me, this tournament is iconic for these countries in Africa, considering the amount of funding that will come into cricket by government of these countries participating. You always talk of the Olympics game, Commonwealth Games, now the African Games, and cricket is featuring. It's a big thing for cricket in Africa, and we really welcome it.
Flicked away and flicked final by the captain. Straight to that fielder. She will end up getting a single, much needed to start off over number 11. Of course, Mr. Andy, you are the man to know the stats and the numbers. You are the players' representative back at home in Nigeria. Taking their time to set the right fielder is Team Kenya. They send a deep mid-wicket for the left-hander, Clarice. Interestingly, there's no long-on fielder. Beg your pardon, there is a long-on fielder back on the ropes. Calls for a big cut, but what signaled by the umpire Makumbi. It's been an interesting couple of 2 years for these teams, getting to know each other. They are playing, most of them with an average age of 20 and 21, respectively, of their countries. Something talking about the All Africa Games. Moving forward, they will have a lot of cricket to be played. A little tattoo shot pulled away, but straight to the fielder at short mid to cut it off to only 1 run. Something very nice, Mr. Innocent, to see youngsters. When you look at the team, Tanzania, Team Rwanda, Team Nigeria, the player of the match in that game, Peace, 15-year-old, made her debut in this tournament. What a moment for that kid.
She made her debut in this tournament. Usain Peace, one of the discoveries from the Under-17 Pathway tournament in Nigeria. She was captain of the South-South team, and she's been very consistent. You've seen her bowling, nagging line and length. Bimeni Maya, the captain herself, she has to find somebody. She comes down the line, goes big. But there's protection there. Will she find the boundary? Yes, she does. Just what is needed. She knows it. With the field placement, clearly, you know the Kenyans know her. They know she's capable. She's taking her time, running those singles hard. Coming through this one. Something is going to give. We're going to make a game out of this one. The skipper herself.
A little shimmy down, knowing exactly into that vacant region that it was no fielder whatsoever, picking up that wicket. Very good intentions and positive mindset from the captain. Into the pads again, flicked away, make that 5 runs off 2 deliveries. From the captain, leading from the front.
That is all you need. Look for those singles and wait for those boundary opportunities. If you get 3 singles and over, and then if you don't get a boundary, sneak in 2 more singles, that's 4, 5 and over. And if you get a boundary, it becomes 8 or 9 and over. There has to be some form of strategy in approaching T20 cricket here. The bowlers are not going to give you anything. You have to walk through them. That is life. drops that chance. No reason whatsoever. She was going to fetch.
End of over number 11, 44 for 4. Trying to build a partnership at these two. The captain and Clarice. They will have them to bat until at least at over number 16. If they get to over number 16 with a total of 70, I believe, with the likes of the long levers of Belize, Morekatete and Giovannis, and the wicketkeeper batter, of course, Floha Irakoze, they can get to a defendable total of 110. It's going to be the captain to continue from
the golf club end. And it's captain versus captain.
Who's going to win the battle here, Mr. Endurance?
She goes big, finding that gap. Fielder in the deep coming around it. Wants a second, noisy call. Not very great running here between these two. They need to be clear about that communication. Run first one hard and look for a second. The fielder did well to cover the ground, but the running between the wicket was quite slow. Clarisse and Diane will have to pick up their pace. Boundaries are not going to come easily. You have to run them hard. Those ones and twos. More runs behind the wicket keeper. The shot from the dugout, wanting them to run.
Interestingly, shouting from the dugout is none other than the young Giselle. This is the player who would love to run in between the wickets at this particular stage of the innings. When the field is spread, the sun is out, the heat is on. I mentioned earlier how much she can occupy the wickets. These are moments where you have the best batters getting those doubles and threes, pushing the fielders, making them a run for their money. A little tap too short into the gap there. 2 is the call, but Diane is not the quickest, and she knew she was running into the danger end, telling her partner to hold her horses. Very smart bowling here from the captain, leading from the front. She is looking for that wicket to make it 45 scalps for her country. Interestingly, normally she bowls in the power play, Andy. But again, very good captaincy there, giving Lavenda Idambo.
She goes big this time, straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket. It's Captain Diane who departs. She can't stick around without giving a fight. She's done the best she can. She could only find the fielder at deep mid wicket region. It's another wicket for Kenya. And it's 48 for the loss of 5 wickets.
Make that 45 scalps for the captain as she wins the battle between the two captains.
A big man will be back in the cup. Changing the commentary now. It's Innocent Ndaula and Bob Sanga. Those two beautiful voices you will hear from here.
Shot number 5, Flora Irakoze, wicketkeeper batter, comes to join Clarissa. Welcome back, Mr. Innocent.
Thank you. While I was away, I was catching up with the Uganda game, and I can tell you Zimbabwe are wiping the floor in Accra with Uganda. Uganda on the back foot, living on the periphery, almost falling over the debris. A game of high stakes there. Uganda very meekly dismissed by Zimbabwe. They can't score runs. They can't get the ball off the square. I was happy to leave that over and come back to do some work here. And of course, enjoy your company. Bob, how are you enjoying your holiday here as we watch Rwanda come through?
Absolutely enjoying myself all over the world, Innocent. So wherever you go, make sure you enjoy. As we see, in over number 12, Esther Wachira picking up that wicket of the captain, giving away only 2 runs. Coming back to Team Uganda playing that side, we saw a lot of changes in the batting lineup. Also bringing back this question to me, Innocent, when you look at this batting lineup, the last time you saw Team Rwanda bat, what do you think they would have done much better? We've seen at least Ikuzo coming in at number 3. We've seen the likes of Ariete, who didn't bat at that position in the previous concluded 4th edition of the Nigeria Invitational Women's Tournament, I beg your pardon. A lot of changes have been made in their batting lineup, same as Team Uganda. Can this be the main reason they're not getting to that total of 120?
Uganda and Rwanda are like CMS twins, separated at birth. They learned nothing and forgot nothing. If you do follow European history and read about the Bourbon monarchs, you see Uganda, they change and keep changing things, but the improvement is zilch. I am not shy to say that. It is as it is. They must find a method to the madness. The best way to go about women's cricket, both teams going batting heavy. You can say Merve Uwase is no longer fielding with gloves. She's opened up space for another primary keeper who is right out there in the middle now, Flora Irakoze. Same thing Uganda have done. They have created room at the top of the order for Esther Iloku, but Kevin Awino stays in the side to keep the wickets because they believe a wicket keeper could change a match, a dropped catch here, a stamping there. But I can tell you, it's not yielding fruit. Either the coaches are right and the girls are not taking heed. My guess is as good as yours. I'm very happy for me to see that Clarice Umutoniwase has been maintained and persisted in that squad because she's a left-hander. She'll give the team a lot of good dimension, and she could be the trump card on which Rwanda can thrive. Alice Ikuzo struggled today up front. Gijeli Shime must get the knowledge and know that I am here to score quick runs. Once she understands that, she will be a better player. Same thing, imagine Nakisu, you brought from the middle of the order for Uganda, brought up the order, she's not getting the runs. She played out today 40 balls for 17 runs, not what the doctor ordered. And there's Clarice that I'm talking about. She continues to nudge the pacers and milk the spinners and get runs. No, you don't run off a misfield. And there is another chance to run, but they will hold fort. Flora Iraq was not interested in losing her wicket freely. Women's cricket, a tough art. You feel for the coaches. Sometimes you coach and you feel you have run out of breath. But that it is what it is. Leonard Namburo, Bryson Bijingo, Sarah Uwera, who I saw in the technical dugout, must earn their keep by bringing up the results that Stephen Musale and the board members want. Kenya here forcing the issue. Irakoze back in the squad, some time out in the wilderness, brought back in the squad just recently, worked hard in the training sessions. I follow her a lot on her social media. She posts a lot of her images training at Gahanga early in the morning, as early as at 6:30. And that commitment and workload she does put in must show in matches like this. Wides it will be, indicates umpire Patrick Makumbe Musoke. And for me, the only way the girls will improve in Africa or East Africa and get to the level of the member countries like Zimbabwe and South Africa is by playing more, and thanks to the African Games and the International Peak Committee for making cricket an Olympic sport. More games, more exposure, that is gold dust and is priceless. Hit very hard, but straight to the fielder. Mercy Ahono Sifuna. Fielding right there in the covers, enjoying her time. That's the end of another over. 52. End of the over, 52 in 13 overs.
Talking about that left-hander, Clarice Umutonwase, she is the leading run scorer in this particular fixture with 14 runs with 2 boundaries, striking it at 106. She is looking to be batting on a different pitch here, Innocent. Would love her to see if she can get her team over the lane. Talking about over the lane, 100 will be very interesting in this encounter.
Touch and go. Flora Irakoze trying to steal a single. She was going to serve some jail time there from the dugout. Esther Wangare Wachira. Of course, Kenya, the trick is deny them many runs. Big flashing blade of the left-hander who troubled the Kenyan bowlers. Straight to long off for one. Changing the field settings there. Vanessa Woko Diambo, who took a super catch yesterday, has to run across and go to point. There is gully point for Flora. There is 2 covers and 1 standing straight at the 30-yard mark. Flora Irakoze goes big. It will just bounce and be picked up just outside the 30-yard arc.
Talking about catches, Innocent, what a catch from the youngster, 15-year-old Christabel in that game. Nigeria beating Team Namibia by 55 runs. Fielding from long off to covers to third man.
The lefty continues to make hay here. Masi Ahono, good pickup, good throw, good stuff. Proper basics from her.
Yeah, because she's been very handy with the bat, of course. She is back into the side because of that player.
In the technical dugout, Bob.
Sarah Uwera.
Sarah Uwera. Here is Irakoze to Sifuna, putting her body and bearing it all on the ground. Good pickup to give her just 1 from a ball that deserved to be punished for 4.
Very good to see Sarah Uwera going through her rehab sessions with the physio Teo.
Again, the lefty finding gaps everywhere she wants. She scores when she wants. That is Clarisse Umutoriwase for you. Looking like every inch the player we saw right in the beginning of her career, the runs dried up somewhere, somehow, but looking like the one that promised a lot of promise early on. Of course, Theo, a humble guy, humble soul, is learned the game as a physio on the job. I see him give throwdowns in the nets lately. I see him catch some pressure moments, especially during the Kwibuka final when Rwanda beat up on Uganda for the first time ever. Theo was a busybody, unstoppable, unbogable. Hey, the celebrations were haywire. Nobody will forget that. But story of another day. There's work to be done here. I see Giovannis Uwase padded up in the tent. Jose Marie Tumukunde padded up. Of course, Giovannis Uwase loves to call herself G Uwase. We'll see how she missed out on the qualifiers in Kampala, but she's here, and she's here on merit. She will learn to show that she belongs to the finest 15 players from the land of 1,000 hills and 1,000 smiles. Big slog from the lefty. Clarisse.
To hit it over the side screen is Clarisse. There are 2 fielders at long off and long on who are slightly wide.
There she goes. A little late there. Played the shot. A second or 2 late.
.57 for 5, Innocent. Talking about Jamie Mandanu being outstanding with the ball, finishing a spell and quarter, giving away only 21 runs, picking up those 3 big wickets. What a gem of a bowler she has been for Team Kenya.
And she came in 2 ball right after the power play, and she picked up 2 quick wickets. She was on a hat-trick at one time. And I tell you, she's been a big find for Kenya because she's only just coming to the squad, because you must know Kenya are missing up to 6 senior players. If I go on and mention, you'll know that Daisy Wairi Munjoroge is not here. Quinta Abel, the ICC Female Player of the Year, is not here. You'll know Mary Wambui Mwangi is not here. You'll know Ruth Ambio is not here. I could go on and on. But The less said, the better. Kenya have got to clean up their own house. Well, they made it dirty by themselves, so they must keep doing the right things, selecting the right people, and making sure the game is enjoyed by all. We were here earlier, Bob, with Sarah Bakita Wetoto in the earlier match, and she said as much. She hates to see her country suffer the way it's suffering in cricket, both with the men's team and the ladies' team. Come on, Kenya, inspire Africa, because your coaches have done so. Sarah Bakita Wetoto is earning her keep as a mentor coach for Nigeria, and she's doing very well. Steve Tikolo, also the legend, is earning his keep with Nigeria as the head coach, and it's got people like Paul Adams in his stable. So Kenya, the world is watching. The onus is on you to deliver yourselves from your own jails. End of the over. .58 for 5. Rwanda have been put into a stable where they are being watched by Kenya at all fronts. What must be done, Bob? Because Giovanni Sowase can bat. Tumukunde can hold her bat. What happens with the two out there in the middle? What do they do? Because Clarisse Omutoniwase is riding along very well on 20 from 23. Iraq was a 3 from 6. And they know there is still Belize Murakatete, for me, who should be batting in the top order in a T20 match, yet to come.
Talking about Belize Murakatete, she's one of the players who opened the batting in the Victoria Series, where they played 5-over game against Team Tanzania, registering their first ever win against Team Tanzania. But again, when you talk about the batting lineup, there is Rosine Irera. She's known of her bowling, but she can be very handy with the bat, alongside Clarisse, who is on 20 runs. I believe if they get into a proper mindset and know exactly what they have to do to get to the 90-run mark.
Big offer, good, very good offer there from Irakose. Will it roll away to the boundary? Oh no, stopped by the fielder who's running back. And then you can see being asked to stay on the ropes. Don't take her for granted. She may be small in size, but she looks like she wants to hit it out of the park.
She has a heart of a lion, is the wicket-keeper batter. But again, you got to know these outfields are not the quickest, courtesy of the rain of yesterday. So I would love to see these youngsters playing it down the ground. Yes, of course, Flora has a couple of sixes on her back alongside Clarisse, who got her first maximum in Nigeria in the 4th edition. Goes big again, up straight to the fielder. Easy catch at short third. Too greedy again from Flora Irakoze after picking up those 2 runs. She tries to go over again and could only manage to get that healthy outside edge straight to the fielder at short third. He takes a very comfortable catch. Make that 6 wickets down. Another one by Sedas, as we see Mr. Innocent, shot number 22, young Giovannis. We are yet to see Belize Murekatete, as you mentioned, with her long levers. Can this be the moment for Team Rwanda and Giovannis? But again, it's the lefty, Clarisse Umutonuwase, who's still out there, the Lone Ranger for Team Rwanda. 21 of 24, striking it at 87. Who is going to be that player to get them over 90? We saw yesterday in that game against Zimbabwe, if they had added 20 more runs, Innocent, you watched that game, you were commenting that game, it would have been a different result.
Talk about 20 runs, I just tell you 5 more runs. 5 was all Rwanda needed. And then you'd have seen Anake Inakimota with a big top dog beaten up. Swinging wildly there. G.U.S.A. wants to get things going immediately. No time to waste, no time to look around. The 19-year-old who's played 13 matches and batted 8 times for her country with just 34 runs in her career, a high score of 14. Lots of potential yet to be seen on the international stage. Quicker delivery, and she loses the furniture right behind her. The house has been reorganized by the bowler. Dark things for G. Uwase. She was looking to up the ante, but she didn't give herself a chance to have a look around. Look at that. What was she thinking?
I'll tell you, when you have a player who's been there for the half of the innings, 21 off 24, just try and get a single, let her bat. She's seen every single bowler from the Kenyan side. Every batter that has come in has tried to go over the fielders and ending up missing everything, exposing the furniture. We just saw the wicketkeeper batter, Flora Irakoze, giving away an easy catch, and young Giovannis took not even a minute at the crease. Something we've talked about. These young players at this early stage, they would love to occupy the wicket there as much as they can.
Of course, Clarissa Mutanuwase has quick words with Belly. Says, don't leave me here. I've been working so hard for you guys, so don't leave me here. I need you to stay around. Let's play some time. Because what the bowler is going to be doing is she's going to be playing some darts, just darting it right in the middle. Exactly, she does the same thing as a quicker ball. We saw how G. Uwase played. First ball, she swung and got an inside edge. She didn't know where the ball was. She was trying to set off, set back by Clarice. And then the second ball, click bang, lost all her furniture right behind.
16 overs done and dusted with the scoreboard reading 61 for 7. I beg your pardon. I'll leave you with one question before I take a short break, allowing Mr. Endurance to take you over the death overs and the last 4 overs of this particular first innings. Clarice giving a word to Beliza. Don't leave me out here. You know the history when Mr. Ondeko was on 99 batting with Isaneza. That's a story to tell after this game.
Beautiful shot there. Do they get 2 for it?
Thank you, Bob Sanga, a good man from all you can call him. It's Clarice, who's been the mainstay here, 21 of 24 deliveries. Batting alongside Belize. She comes and goes big in the air, taking, perishes. Nothing seems to be going beyond the inner ring. Not what you want as a Rwandan, but this is what it is.
We talked about Belize coming through and trying to give some support to Clarisse Mutoniwase and see what she does. She leaves her friend there in the middle, all alone in the wilderness, for someone who's been fighting very hard.
Clearly, the intentions were clear. She was looking to go big, but I would have thought the first thing is to get off strike and give the informed batter the opportunity to go at the bowling. She's been around long enough. She's seen a lot. She's been around wickets, tripping around her. Certainly, Clarisse might not be happy having Watkins tumble on the other side of the wicket. She goes big straight away. No run again.
Good shift there, good spell there from our guest commentator today. We call him a guest commentator because the man is on holiday. He's got Bluetooth earphones on him. He's looking so cool with the dreads. He's got a backpack full of things I don't want to talk about.
This time round, over the top. But long off comes into play. They want a second. Will they get it? No is the call.
Bashir Tsonga, they are giving us a good ride of 13 overs. The innings. I hope you give him some of your paycheck when you get paid, Mr. Endurance.
Well, I'm always happy to share. You know that, Innocent. Big booming drive. Long on comes into play. 1 run taken. This time too quick to the fielder. No chance for a second. Is Rwanda still trying to find their fits? And they're still working extremely hard here.
Something we love to see from the fight from Belis Murakatete and Giovannis Uwase. They are guilty parties for just trying to go there and make things look like they're very easy, just swinging their blades. Here's Marcia Ahono running very hard. The pickup is not good. Not at the first time, but she does well to give out to good effort in the end. They tell you this game will interest whichever score you get on board. Kenya have bowled very well. Rwanda will try to bowl even better. Of course, Tumukunde, who plays for the Indatwa Hampshire women, back at home in their league. A very fine young player.
It's end of the 17th over. And the score for us is 66 for 8.
Clarice Umtoni was the lefty on strike.
Didn't get hold of that one. Opening the face up. Knows last 17 deliveries to come from this innings. Trying to find or make something out of nothing. She goes big.
Straight to the fielder, Butterfingers, she parries it out of play, and then there's a chance for a second, trying to run, direct hit finds her very far away from the crease, a run out chance, they'll take the wicket. Unfortunately, it is Clarice Umotoniwase who falls, perishes for 23 odd, with the team needing her to give the final flourish at the very end. Wickets have tumbled here for Rwanda. 9 down now. And it is one of the budding superstars in the team that walks on to bat at number 11. Rosine Herrera, not a rabbit with a bat in hand, because she's got numbers to back her up. She would love to be called a batter, because she has numbers back in the league when they play franchise cricket. But right here, primarily picked as a bowler by Leonard Nambura and Bryson Bijingo. Let's see what the two can do. Is Tumukunde willing to let Herrera face some balls here? Big effort there from the Kenyans, trying to reach Rwanda as few as possible. The Kenyans giving themselves a chance to dream of a rare victory.
The Kenyans have done well to keep the Rwandans out of reach. Esther, being questioned during the tour, said we have to bowl them as quick as we can to make life easier when we bat. And that's what her team together have done here. Another dot ball. As every dot counts more. Melvin.
Rosine Herrera troubled Zimbabwe yesterday. Can she give a headache to Kenya today with the bat first? Because she plays there her cricket for Sorwate, where they rate her as a batter. She has also played for the Ingabo Knights. And she's played for the under-19s. She was the superstar of this team when they beat up the West Indies at the under-19 World Cup last January. Rosine Herrera, and I can tell you, will make you feel even much better if you've lost your moods and you're around 19 years old. And I can tell you, she is playing her 26th Women T20I today. She's got 28 wickets. That's why they call her bowler in this team, and she plays number 11. But I can tell you, she thinks she can bat, but her total runs from 10 innings are 22 with a high score of 9 not out. Well, she's got some time here to show us her capabilities. Let's see what happens.
I think she's been an integral part of this squad. I'm quite impressed to see what Rwanda has done here. Really blooding young guns, keeping them together for the next 5 years. There will be a force to reckon with in African cricket. They've shown it, those potentials, they've got it. Big shot and would go all the way over mid-wicket. Once a second, won't get it. Brilliant piece of fielding there by the Kenyans.
Tony Wase continues to fight. Kunde, who continues to fight. A left-hander like Clarence. Solid from batter number 11. And who told you they can't bat?
Opportunity to chip in a few.
Still some time to play.
Only 3 double figures in this passing lineup.
Big appeal. Yes, there was the faintest of edges onto it. Alvin Saidambo strikes gold. It's the end of the first innings. 69 all out. Rwanda against Kenya. The Kenyan women have put up a fight here, put up their hands after they lost the toss and said, we will fight. So Rwanda will feel like they haven't played below par because they got 80. They got, I beg your pardon, 73 in a 14 over match yesterday against Zimbabwe. And today they come up and score 69 in a 20 over fair against Rwanda. But well, it's only just at the halfway stage. Tumukunde and Irera must take the walk back to the heart. For Kenya, it's the hurdle and the little size there and the little mini celebrations. They must keep those ones muted because we're only at the halfway stage. But a quick look at the scorecard there. Please take us through.
The batting figures not looking really great. Only Clarissa managing 24 of 28. The other double figures are Mavela Uwese from the first over, 10 runs from that first over, and then they struggled on, 10 from 13. Gisele Nshinwe, 11 from 23. Are the only main figures, bringing the total to 69 of 18.3 overs. The bowling figures for you are Jemima Ndanu, the real damage breaker for them. 4 overs, 3 wickets, and 21 runs off it. Of course, Lavender, 3.3 overs, 2 wickets for 12 runs with economy rate of 3.42. Also, Mervyn Kagotsita, 2 wickets from 4 overs and 7 runs with a brilliant economy rate of 1.75. Are the main wicket takers of this innings. Flavia and Esther sharing 1 apiece to ensure the Rwandans are bowled all out for 69. We join you for the second innings of this one.
And they watch it on cricket as well, so they talk shit. And I think they're Back for the second innings here. Rwanda walking on. A little harder for them. Their final pep talk. They need to find their groove early. And groove to them means one thing, not dancing, but picking up wickets. Because they did score so many today.
It's Kenya coming in for the chase. On this side is Veronica Abunga with the most runs. Vanessa Oko with 483 runs from 49 matches. Followed by Veronica Abuga, together with Exta Wachira, the captain. They'll have to walk through here. Not very great averages here, but Veronica stands out at 17.60. Bowling for Rwanda is captain herself, Diane Bimenimaya. We'll try to see if she can move it around a bit with a target on 70 and 20 overs to bowl. How difficult or how easy can they make this look?
It's gonna be a tale of two innings. There's the fast ball from Diane. She lets it go. Another in the block ball, kept out.
Two dots. She goes big, straight to cover. No run. Melvin and Esther, the captain, opening the batting here for Kenya. Running in from the golf club end of this Achimota Oval is the captain, Diane. This time a big one right towards mid-wicket region. This will go all the way for a boundary. It's the first one. What a statement. Melvin not going to stick around without ensuring the scoreboard kicks off. Half volley and was duly taken.
Big appeal. I'm not interested. It was a good shout there. I know Chabi. He's the man running traffic here in Accra. End of the over here. First over is done, bowled by Mary Bimenyimana. Score is 5. without loss.
Positive start by Kenya. They're looking to dominate this game. Few experiences here and there. Kagusita, Melvin, 5 runs from 6 deliveries with a boundary and 8 strike rate of 83 from the first over.
Melvin Kagoisa bowls very well, still very young, just 16 years old. She showed her batting credentials during some of the build-up tours to the Women's World Cup qualifiers in Uganda last December. And she's given a chance to grow in the role with the absence of continued absence of Daisy Wairimu Njoroge and Quinta Abel. Quinta Abel not here. Game lives on, and that's a beautiful shot. Will the catch be taken in the deep? Yes, it is swallowed. Melvin Kagoisa going for glory. She picks out the only fielder in the deep.
It's unbelievable. We saw it placed there waiting for her. Not the way it should be. Needs.
Rosine Herrera strikes. Now pass over again.
More wickets here. Herrera keeping consistent for Rwanda. You might wonder what has happened there. Isele Ishinwe running from deep mid wicket and made that one look really, really easy.
She's very athletic. She fields with a lot of verve and skill. She's always going to take that. Rosine Herrera, after striking and picking up a wicket, there is a new batter in town for Kenya. That's Krishna Vivek Mehta. She keeps growing with every appearance. She turns up on the international scene. This is her 3rd tournament. She turned up as a different player in Kampala in December in Entebbe, looking very much and stronger. She's got some good wrists. And of course, like any player of color, you expect them to do a lot of wrist work while they bat.
I'll tell you something, Innocent. I sense some trouble here. If this Rwandans keep this tidy line and length, she goes big and is in the air taking. We spoke about it. She was trying to force everything off. And that's the 2nd wicket for Rwanda. Kenya looking like they want to bat themselves into trouble. They've got to find our rhythm and ensure the partnership.
The wrist work we are coming into for Krishna Vivek Mehta. She could only hit it as far as Marve Owase. She closed the bat a little too early. The analysts will tell you keep it full face. Go over the top if you're going. Go break the back. Don't go half-hearted and stop halfway. You will still be caught anyways and you will die. She dies wondering what would have happened if she had played a full shot.
2 from this over already for Rosine Herrera. Just what she's known for, taking wickets. Kenya will have to bat deep here. Krishna Vivek Mehta departs without scoring a run.
Finally, a glance away, Uganda finally pick a wicket in that game against Zimbabwe, where they scored only very few. 72 all out at 35. They pick up a wicket. Shane Mary Myers returning into the side falls for 19 from 26. It's Janet Babazi with a caught and bowled effort. Solo wicket there. The teams that take a drinks break. But business goes on here with a new batter out there in the middle. Vivek Mehta falls. Melvin Kagoisa followed in quick succession. Esther Wangare is joined by another player who has been in this side as young as she was 16, Veronica Abuga, big hitter. Missed out in December in Entebbe because of family obligations. Someone else must be smiling away, saying, what does he mean by family obligations? I'll keep that secret. Good hit, good hands. Business as usual. Merve Uwase chases. Oh no, she will never catch that. It's 4 runs to the top. Tian Mary Bimanyimana only returning to bowling duties in Entebbe during the Women's World Cup qualifier, where Zimbabwe and Uganda qualified for the Globals. Has become a regular bowler, but she leaks way too many runs up front, and these runs hurt her team. Yesterday, she gave out so many, and she dropped a catch and missed a run. And she is the skipper. Come on, Diane.
No one can say more than that. She understands what is required as keeper. She started bowling herself late into the tournament in Lagos, Nigeria, and she's bowled every first over here. When she does pitch the ball wicket to wicket or just outside of stump, she seems to do something. But every now and then, that foot toss comes through. And if you're a batter who've studied that, you just have to be patient. Don't rush into it.
In the air, who wants that? No man's land just over the bowler's head. Good pickup, and the direct hit would have had everybody interested. I hope Diane Maribi Menyimana is okay, because that ball hit her the lower body.
Diane, beautiful swing, run out opportunity, missed a wicket keeper. Esther Wanchira would have to talk to her team. Still seeking more inroads here is Diane. Big booming and misses drive. Perhaps should have looked to hit in the V. Trying to hit on the up.
The two batters there in the middle for Kenya are two experienced batters. Yes, they are 25 and 22. Of course, Esther, the skipper, is 25. Veronica here is 22. But they played together for a long time. They should start showing the purpose, and that is a beautiful strike. Oh yes, she doesn't carry it all the way, just dropping short off in Shinwe, and everybody in the dugout reminding her, the assistant coach Bryson Bijingo, that is a catch for your level.
Certainly I agree with you, Innocent. She's got the quality to go all the way. I would go for the catch instead of waiting. Not too many runs to stick around and wait for. And it's end of over number 3, 11 for 2 wickets. A lot of expectations here from this Kenyan side. You can't take anything away from this game called cricket. Sure, expected to see surprises. Rosine Herrera will continue from the school end of this oval.
Rosine has bowled very, very well. And she starts with a dot ball. Break bowler Very tough to tuck away.
Stay for the hit. Veronica will have to decide now.
Another dog ball there. Rosine, of course, her first over went for 2 runs only. She loves to pick up wickets. Short ball lifted over the infield. Straight to the lady in the deep.
A lot of power play there by Veronica Abura. Brings on our captain.
Mr. Wangare Wachira. Playing her 54th Women's T20I today. Esther's high score is 51, so she has the potential to single-handedly win this match for her team.
She goes big, smashes that one, but the fielder in the deep, long on comes into play. It will just be a single. She wants it. Veronica back on strike. Rosine Herrera. Looking to go big, but inside edge. No run there. And it's end of the 4th over. 13-4. The loss of 2 wickets is the score.
Changing the bowling, ICC Female Player of the Year, April 2023, Henrietta Ishimwe comes into the attack.
Beautiful bowling figures there by Rosine Herrera. Henrietta Ishimwe. She's got a lot to offer this side. An experienced campaigner. 2 overs, 2 runs, 2 wickets, 1 maiden. Economy rate of 1 by Rosine Herrera.
There is a big hit there, straight to the fielder. They touch and go, chance for a run out. The appeal is on. The 2 players of Kenya that are batting maestros, they perish to a run out. Their combo is done and dusted. Esther Wachira Wangare, the captain, is livid with Veronica Abuga for not heeding to her call. And well, words have never hurt an ego. She must take the walk.
Difficult to take if you're Kenyan. Uncalled for. Double minds. Indecisiveness, whatever you call it, it's always a cheap way to go out if you're run out. It's like saying, take my lunch and dinner, I don't want it. That is what has happened here. It's Veronica Abuga who departs. She's got that quality Unfortunately, those potentials were not actualized today.
It's a do-or-die match, this one. It's a virtual knockout for the two teams in the fray. You snooze, you lose, you go home. There are no prizes for participants. From one big hitter to another that pops up from nowhere.
Another run-out opportunity. Living dangerously, Kenyans. They've got to think this one through. I beg your pardon, it's Esther Wachinra, who departed earlier. Sad to always see quality batters depart when they should be scoring runs via runouts.
Yeah, she was looking good. The skipper, Esther. There will be a change in the bowling. The live wire in the Rwandan setup. Belize Murakatete, a toe breaker in her earlier days of her bowling career. Now she doesn't bowl with a new ball. She's better off with the old white seam. And she gets a chance to do things she does better. She bowls a heavy ball also. Watch out for the Yorkers, Kenya.
It's 5 overs bowled in this power play, and it's 15 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Power plays haven't been great all day. Brilliant shot through the V on that onside. Brings on the long on fielder into play. That's all you need. Keep the ball ticking, keep rotating strike. Gradually find that partnership. Eventually, results will come through. Full toss down the leg side. And this will go all the way. The leg by came off the pads. More runs for Kenya. Rwanda working hard to give away these opportunities, but they don't come easy. Not too many runs on the board to defend. You can't bowl that line. Perhaps the first stump line will be the difficult one.
That is the beauty and the beast with Belize Murakatete. She bowls a heavy ball, and she's a very good bowler, but whenever she strays away, she's giving away many because there's a lot of pressure on her off her balls. And once she starts like that, sometimes you have to think very fast as a coaching unit. That's going to be a long day. Send out the notice to the team and say, we can't have her going further. One of the reasons why she isn't bowling the new ball anymore was the fine purpose for her in the middle. She did a very fine job yesterday against the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe. She must look to replicate that performance. It will be very important for her to show cause.
Big swing and misses there. She might be thinking something, some contacts there. Vanessa Oko batting alongside our captain. She's got to work really hard here to score on 21 for the loss of 3 wickets. We're into the last over of power play. This will be a wide. Umpire Patrick Makumbi.
Early struggles there for Belize Murakatete. Bowling a fast over. Over's gone for already 3 runs. She's bowled 4 balls. 2 of those runs extras. 22 for 3 Kenya. They need 48 from 14 at just 3.35. This is going down to the wire, whichever way you look at it. Low scoring affairs in the afternoon. Both teams are fielding second, trying to create some magical moments. Good pickup, good throw, good fielding. This is yet the end of another over bowled by Beris Murakatete. Over goes for 4 runs. The score is 23 for 3. And the power play is done. 3 wickets in the power play is a plus for Rwanda. But Kenya will think they've got some runs as well. Now with the field opened up, they need 48 from 14 overs at just 3.4 per over.
No reason to lose this one here by the Kenyans. But again, it's theirs to lose. Rwandans quietly dotting away the overs. Henriette would dot that one. The Kenyan's keeper would have to think this through. Too many dot balls and living dangerously could cause pains at some point.
Well and well, she's still right there.
Brilliant piece of bowling, Henriette. What she knows how to do best. She's good at that.
She's got 3 career 5-wicket hauls and hat-tricks because that's what she does best. She knows how to bowl wicket to wicket, keeping it tight. 1 line, 1 length. I'm asking the questions, you give me the answers, or else you keep them out.
Wide delivery here.
Unlike her, if you ask me, but the situation here and the level of the competition here, you find it that the teams, when they play each other, sometimes they hold up. They find themselves in double minds. Should I play to my level? Should I play to my skill set? Sometimes they are left ruining a missed chance to showcase what they can do. But for me, most of the times, it's the fear of failure that is holding back these young talents in African women's cricket.
Just 20 years of age, Henriette Ishimwe have played 72 games for Rwanda. What a number. Numbers don't lie. With 75 wickets, a quality all-rounder, 756 runs to her name. You can't take anything away from her. She's paid her dues and she has a lot more to pay.
Look at her and see that she has the most wickets on a single ground. She's number 1, 27 wickets down there in Rwanda at Gahanga. She's the queen of the fortress that Gahanga has become for Rwandan cricket.
It's end of over number 7. The score is moved to 24. for the loss of 3 wickets. Another dot. The Kenyan skipper here will have to decide when to take this game on. Not going to stick around without giving a big fight here. She tries to push that one. Brilliant shot. Run out opportunity at both ends. Misses that one. Just a push through mid-on.
Two teams here bowling second, both here at Achimota B Oval, and right across, one glance away here, and Achimota A Oval. Two teams trying to create some magic from nothing. Kenya find themselves 25 for 3, chasing just 69. They need 70 for victory and 45 more now from 12.4 overs. And well, for Uganda, they're trying to wreak havoc into the batting arsenal of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe 49 for 4 after 13.5 overs there.
Run out opportunity, fumbles that one. Would have been another run out here. Kenya's living dangerously. It's Alice who's forcing this one for Rwanda.
Alice Ikuzwe, a grounds lady back at home in Rwanda, does a lot of work on the international tournaments, especially when the men are playing at Gahanga and Kyukiro. Curator of sorts, here to lend her skill set to the senior women's team. And she's bowling full length. She's asking to be hit, but she's right in the block hole. If you go big, go for broke, you better connect.
It's 26 after 8 overs for the loss of 3 wickets. Kenya still finding the rhythm.
Interesting times in cricket for Africa, with the African Games embracing cricket for the first time at this 13th edition. The games are 59 years old. First time they were played in Brazzaville, the Republic of Congo, in 1965. But of course, these games embrace a lot of things. You create so many friendships, lots of solidarity shown here. Legacies are made here, and history is written, because a medal from the African Games is a medal you keep for life. Is a medal that gets reward from the government, because the African Games only started as a way to match the Olympics every 4 years.
Now the runs are coming through. 2 from 2 here. It's Kenya Wood stepping on the gears. But again, somehow wickets have always found their way through these partnerships when gases are being stepped on. It's something that Kenya will have to think through this. Brilliant piece of bowling by Henriette. A decent line and length, a known name in Rwandan cricket. She's known well by these Kenyans, and they wouldn't want to give her wickets. The glance there, tickle down the leg side. We'll get a run there. 3 already from that over. Henriette Nshinwe into our 3rd over. The lady with plenty of stats behind her name.
Again,
to the fielder, wait is the call. A brilliant call. You don't want to get another run out now.
Shima Henriette yet to strike for Rwanda. She's picked up 75 wickets from the number of games she's played, 1 5-wicket haul and 4 fours.
It's the end of the 9th over here, and it's 29 for the loss of 3 wickets. Some difficult times here. Batters are struggling in both games. It's 50 for 4. Zimbabwe chasing 50 for 4 from 15 overs. There's 30 balls left in that encounter. Are we going to see another upset here?
They need just 22 runs
from 30 deliveries. Back on here. Wide delivery by Alice Kuzwe.
Kuzwe got everything to play for. Young Alice. Dot balls there for the 25-year-old. She needs most of them. Lucky girl. She was born on the 1st of January. A new year, a new anniversary for her. Playing her 60th T20I for Rwanda today. She's picked up 24 wickets for her country and scored 412 runs. Perfect all-rounder. Those are wides. They don't want to be dealing in wilds, defending a small total. Keep strangling the opponent. Don't remove one hand to punch. The opponent could run away and get another lease of life. 31 for 3 now. Vanessa Owoko Diambo, Wangare there. Direct hit. Smart brains think alike, don't worry, Andy.
The captain, Diane, will have to think of what to do about placing a fielder just between short mid wicket and mid on region, because she's hit every single ball around that area. Perhaps strong on the pads, not scoring on the offside. At least we'll have to think of her line and length. Slowly going through this Kenya. They'll have to think one through and decide what to do next. At what point would they accelerate? It's pitch short, but no runs from it. This one will go through Captain Diane at covers. It's Gizelle Ishinwe who chases that one down. Easy 2 runs from it. She goes big and in the air. Anyone around it that would land safe, will they get a second? No easy call. Gisele Ishimwe rounds that one to ensure it's just a single. The score moves to 35 for 3 after 10 overs, halfway through this innings. And there will be drinks break here. Some action from Oval A of the Achimoto ground is Zimbabwe taking on Uganda. Happy moments for Uganda. A wicket has just been taken in the 17th over. It's 55 for 5. Zimbabwe still looking ahead here, but trying to play themselves into more trouble. They will have to work this one out. Troubles everywhere chasing these tiny totals. Not sure what gears you have to use. The coaches, I'm sure, have enough time to think this one through.
It's all happening here, like you say. Endurance. The team's lacking the endurance to forge an innings, to forge a partnership, to stick things together, losing wickets in quick fashion. 35 in 10. Kenya need another 35 runs in another 10 overs. So they should be ahead, but the number of block balls they're playing out there and the amount of talent left in the heart makes you think it's going to be one that goes down to the wire. Same thing here. Zimbabwe were toying around with Uganda, 30 for no loss. Modesta Mpachikwa and Shane Mary Myers gliding along nicely. But as you see things now, Rita Musamali and her fellow Ugandans are asking questions of the potential of Zimbabwe's middle order batting. You very well know Uganda broke the jinx of beating Zimbabwe. They got that for the first time since the post-COVID-19 era. And they beat them up during 2 weeks ago during their 2 teams tour to the Weekend Cricket Institute at Omtex in Safale, Mumbai, 70 kilometers from Mumbai, Safale in India. Uganda winning there, Gloria Bukol getting a half century. But today, can it be another day that the Ugandans do something? Well, Zimbabwe now look to score off every ball. They must start thinking like that because the run rate of required runs has gone from 3.5 to 5 runs every over now. They are dotting away the Ugandans, and the dot balls will bring pressure into the Zimbabwe camp and give Ugandans some sort of comfort.
Back on here. Back on here. Some spin into the attack here. Straight away another dot. The Kenyan captain Esther Wachira will have to decide how to go about proceedings here. He rushed back but couldn't get hold of that one. Run out opportunity. Will she get it? No. Home save. Wachira struggling there. Won't be too shocked if this game goes down the wires. Kenya with wickets in hands. And Rwanda bowling tight overs here. No energy behind that one. Just a simple dot. A big swipe there through mid-wicket. Fielder comes around. 1 run taken. They want a second. No is the call. Brilliant piece of fielding by Captain Dian. It's 38 for 3 after 11 overs. Interesting times here from both overs, with Zimbabwe on 61 for 5 after 17.3. Beautiful bowling figures here by Rwanda. Rosine Herrera, 2 runs from 2 overs and 2 wickets. Wondering why she doesn't continue bowling. Into the 12th over of this encounter. Dot ball. More dots here. It's a day of dots, you can say, Innocent.
Yeah, both teams, the bowlers have been on top of the world in the afternoon here. Not many runs. That is hit very fine. Finer, it will go all the way into the golf club hole number 8 here at Accra and Achimota Complex. They needed such runs. Kenya, they get them.
They needed boundary. Swept that one nicely. Finer. And beats the fielder for pace there. That would run all the way. The score moves to 42. 70 is the target.
Hit very hard. Does it go through past the side screen? They'll get one and thrown back to the bowler. A glance away at Achimota A is gone down to the last 2 overs. Zimbabwe really have toyed with Uganda. 72 is what Uganda said. They will be left ruined. That if we had gotten many more, would have been a chance. But now, 10 needed from 2 overs. Anyone's game, but Zimbabwe right on top of it because they have 5 wickets in hand. Uganda will need some magical moments, some divine intervention. It's time to say their Hail Marys now.
She goes big this time, through deep square leg, and this will go all the way. The needed runs for Kenya. The skipper herself dominating proceedings. She's waited enough, picked the right bowler, and climbs from there.
Veronica Abuga, a good player, went early, but the skipper, Esther Wangare Wachira, is right onto it. She's into the 20s, and she's playing with authority. 2 boundaries in this over, and she's truly in charge. Kenya move on to 48. 48. The required runs is just now 18 for them to pick up victory. Across the oval, we'll give our viewers both of the 2 worlds. If they have one gizmo across the oval, Uganda turn to Janet Mbabazi's cutters to do some magic. She starts with a dot ball. She's got to take off as much pace as possible. If they connect her, it will go a long mile. 10 needed from 11 balls for Zimbabwe now.
It's end of the 12th over here at over B.
She goes big, very huge. No one is there because they never set a fielder there. It's 4 runs, just a little shimmy and shuffle across, and she swings it mightily to the mid-wicket region where there's nobody. Zimbabwe go back on top. Good, beautiful batting from Chiesa Teresia Ndururu.
And we'll go through this one. Back here is Dehan, who have taken the ball and would continue the 13th over from the golf club end of over B, up against the skipper herself, Vanessa Oko, have supported her skipper. 6 of 17 deliveries, with Esther moving to 26 from 34 deliveries. 10 from the last over. Shot, no run from that one.
Should be easy for Zimbabwe. I don't know why they're trying some suicidal runs there. 5 needed from 9 balls. That's the last delivery there. You can see they were trying to run very hard between the wickets. And then she almost got run out halfway the track. The keeper holds onto it and doesn't complete the run out.
It's another dot ball here. Skipper Dian Bimemnimaya ensuring Kenya will have to work even harder than this. But the Kenyan captain, assisted by Vanessa Oko, are hanging in tightly to make sure they make an easy work of this game. Crucial moments here. Not too many on the board, but few enough to make a game of this. Dot ball again.
She keeps out that one. 48 for 3. They need another 22 runs. And I can tell you, Uganda have just picked up a wicket. Stamped by Kevin Awino off the bowling of Janet Mbabazi. Nyasha Gwanzura goes for 5 from 12. And somebody else must come and do the hard work. With 7 balls left, they need just 5. The world of coaching has never been easier. The coaches are working overtime to earn their stripes as astute tacticians.
Trust me, I know we envy them at all. They've done well. We know the amount of times and hours they've put in. Another dot ball here. Diane doing just well to ensure Rwanda is given a chance in this game. Not so much here, but 70 is the target. And currently on 48 in the 13th over. They're trying to drag this game as long as they can. indecision. It's end of over number 13. It's a medium one from Dian. And it's 48-4. The loss of 3 wickets.
It's all happening. Andy as Kenya, who scored just 69, take the game into over number 14. This will go down to the wire. Required rate is 3.14, but in Achimota A, at that beautiful over, Zimbabwe 69 for 6, exactly what Rwanda got. But they're playing Uganda, and Uganda turned to the skipper. If you had asked me to bet my life whether this game will go to the last over, I would have lost my life by now. I'm happy I'm not into the business of gambling. Last over coming up in the game between Uganda and Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe need 1 boundary to win this. They have 4 wickets in hand. The Ugandans will start thinking we gave them a run for our money, but we were never good enough if they lose. And if Zimbabwe lose, they will say, how did we connive to lose this one? The skipper, leggy spinner, leggy Konsaweko, she bowls a mixed bag. She prefers to be called a leg spinner. She gives herself the ball, but I know in her over, there will be 1 short ball. Don't blame me if you watch it. But as we continue here.
Oh no, sloppy there. From 1 run to 4 runs. That one went through the fielder. And it's Kenya who gets a boundary here.
Kenya in charge here at Achimota B. Zimbabwe in charge at Achimota A. Lauren Schumer, who has just walked into bat, is facing Achimota A. She starts with a wide. Those are bad omens. The skipper under pressure. Doesn't have a lot of runs to play with. Just 3 runs now. Touch and go. Just right in front of their noses. Don't try anything fancy. 2 wides in a row. There. Lot of pressure on the skipper. I see she's trying too much. It's to take a lot of hard work for them to lose here.
Brilliant shot this by the Kenyan captain. She gets 2 there. Henrietta Nshinwe chased that one, but always going to be 2. With a score on 54 in the 14th over for the loss of 3 wickets. Isele Ishinwe into the attack from the school end.
Very good all-rounder there. She used sparingly with the ball. Should be very handy. After bowling 2 wides, Konsaweko has bowled 3 dot balls. 2 needed from 3 balls there, from 4 balls.
Big shout here, plays and misses that one. Captain Esther Wachira, who moved to 32 of 38 deliveries.
That is the game, set and match for Zimbabwe. At Achimota A, they win with 2 balls to spare, just like yesterday when they beat up on Rwanda. It's the tail of the tape. That's the last ball, hit for 4 by Lauren Schumer. On the lines, the skipper is ready to ball. Uganda now with 1 win, 1 loss. They have work to do after the day off when they play Rwanda. For now, Rwanda are playing to stay alive. All else, it's going to be Kenya's day. And Kenya are need just 16 runs at 2.6 per over. An exciting end to this one. Rwanda, they will have their heads bowed down, wishing the ground can swallow them if they let this one go. Because Kenya, of course, on paper, not as strong as Rwanda. If you to follow what happened at the Kwibuka, where Rwanda won and beat up everybody else, including Kenya. But they say times change, and they change very fast. If you snooze, you lose.
There seems to be some spirit around the Kibuka tournament. She goes big this time into the gap. all the way. The fielder not quick enough, picks up another boundary. The skipper herself dominating proceedings here. She's batted long enough to decide how to dictate affairs. Another boundary here for Kenya.
The skipper, Esther Wangare Wachira, I told you when she walked on, she has the individual skill set to single-handedly turn the tide and win any match for her country because she has a high score of 51. She has a half century in her career of 40 innings. This is innings number 41, and she's making hay. She's been due a big knock, and see how she shows up in good fashion.
I agree with you, Innocent. She's batted brilliantly, taking her time, understanding the dangers of going big too early. This time, she goes across towards mid-wicket region. Who gets a single there? She's taking her time, struggled from the start, but gained momentum now. And everything to her bat is runs now.
Smart cricket from the skipper. Get some runs, get a boundary here, tickle some singles, and then show some respect to some boards, giving them a full face and having a nice feel like as if you're in the nets. It goes on and on. She's been punching every ball down to long on. That's where the easiest and the sweetest single is got if you're a batter. Not trying anything fancy, playing within her reach. She's got long levers. She's able to punch anywhere she wants, on the back foot, on the front foot. Well, the cricket and the crease is looking like a dancing floor for her.
And it's end of over number 15. Again, it's 60 for the loss of 3 wickets. They're dragging close. Kenya now showing their prowess, dominance of East African cricket. Yesterday, they lost to the East African brothers, or sisters, you can say, Uganda. And today, they're making a statement of Rwanda. Here at the Oval Bay, if you're just joining us, is the African Games, with cricket featuring for the first time, match day 2. And it's all been drama from yesterday, rains-affected encounters, where we saw Namibia sneaking 1-run victory over South Africa, and Nigeria clinching their first victory against Namibia earlier today.
Who does Rwanda turn to when Kenya look like they're dimming the lights on them? $60 for 3, just 10 runs required. They give the ball to Belize Morakatete. Her first over was not the very best. Does she make amends now here? Will be very important if she can do that. Right in the block hole. That's a fast, good delivery from her. There's still another 30 balls to play. It's gotten out of hand for Rwanda. Somehow, somewhere they've lost the plot from having them within reach. Chance to run, touch and go. Ariete Shimo with a shy onto the stumps. She misses the ICC Female Player of the Year, of the Month, March 2023. Kenya, we're on 35 from 35. We're on 35 from 10 overs for the loss of 3. But look at this innings from the 2 experienced players in their side, saying, yes, some of the big girls are not here, but we will fight. We will show Rwanda we're still the big sisters, with or without our big players. Belize Morakatete struggles there with the wide now. 8 needed for victory.
Body language tells it all. Seeming like it's all over for Rwanda. We're into the 16th over. And it's Kenya who have dominated this show. Full toss. Straight to the fielder. At mid-on.
Tell you, Coach Francis Ndege, the Kenyan coach, and Coach Lana Namburo will share a drink today and talk about the tactics being exhibited by their two teams, how they have taken the instruction, because the two are friends and they know that the game supersedes what happens on the ground. Today you are coaching Nigeria, tomorrow you will be coaching Uganda. It's a small world we live in. You've got to think fast. Chance will run out, a shot, the stumps is missed. Super backup from the skipper, Dian-Marie Benyimana.
It's good to see the amount of talent we've got around these teams. The game sense, the expectations, the captaincies. They've been very good and they've managed to show the little they can in this tournament, being their first time playing on this surface. A new pitch, a new wicket here.
Punch strongly to the offside. Rwanda will know 69 is never enough in a T20 match. The same thing that Uganda will be ruining when they go back to the games village at the beautiful University of Ghana. Over 1,000 athletes right there for this 13th edition. From judo to boxing, 29 disciplines have been accommodated, with some of them Olympic qualifiers, others with ranking points. And it's a whole new world for cricket in Africa. We are at the African Games finally.
The good thing is that these games are also ranking points for associate cricket, having the opportunity to go up against test playing nations. It's a big thing here, and it's end of the 16th over, 63 for the loss of 3 wickets. It's Kenya who have taken their time. Captain Esther Wachira on 34 of 46 deliveries, supported by Venasa Oko, 12 of 29 deliveries. I see the batters giving respect to whom it is due.
Hit powerfully, fielding body and soul. That's what you do when you need a wicket from something or from almost nothing. What an effort there from the young fielder, putting her body on line. We call it fielding body and soul. You eat some grass, dig your shoulder into the ground a little bit, all for the team. Wide it is.
Into that one.
I know.
By signal the umpire.
I know Chabi does differ from my thinking and is the man in charge as he decides that it is just what? A leg by. That's what she's done all day. Gijeli Shimwe is a busybody right there at short mid-off. I call it short mid-off because she's not standing at mid-on. She's standing right in the beat, so it's short mid-on for me. That fielding position, I don't even if it exists. In the air, but it's in the gap. Over the infield, Belis Morakatete and Gijeli Shime will chase. They will give up. Rwanda's trials and tribulations in the tournament continue. They were guilty, and they were a very much so guilty party yesterday when they lost to Zimbabwe. They had that game within their midst to win. But Zimbabwe showing they can leave it late twice in a row. Yesterday and today they win with just 2 balls remaining in the innings. And
Good times here for Rwanda. Really difficult times.
And today I can tell you that Kenyan dugout is going to erupt into a frenzy because nobody gave them a chance in this tournament to pick up a victory. Nobody leaves 6 senior players right behind and wins a game like this. That is the final touch, the final flourish from Kenya. The senior players, Vanessa Owoko Odiambo and Esther Wangare Wachira, have done it for the proud nation I love to call Rutoland, a proud cricketing nation that at one stage had ODI status, knocking on the doors of test status. They don't have their best of the best here, including the ICC Female Player of the Year in Associate Cricket, Quinta Abel, but they have victory for the day. Who wants Quinta? Who wants Daisy? That is background noise, they say. We shall pick up the victories whenever we want. You can see the handcuffs, the handshakes. Veronica Buga, Lavenda Idambo, Alvisa, right there in the huggings. Melvin Kagoisa, they are hugging their skipper. They says, what a captain. Call her Captain Fantastic.
7th game between both teams. Definitely Kenyan carrying the day here. Chasing a Patriot 70 as target, but ended up on 72 for the loss of 3 wickets. Plenty of cricket. Finishing in style in the 17th over. Amazing batting performances here by Esther Wachira, who got 42 of 49, supported by Vanessa Oko, 12 of 32 deliveries. The Rwandans managed to work hard for this one. Is Rosini Herrera, who got 2 wickets for 11 runs off our 4 overs. With 1 maiden, some brilliant bowling figures, but no other person could get wickets. And the finishing style is Kenya, who has had the day. From here at Oval B, it's the African Games. In the last match for the day, Kenya dominating proceedings against their East African sisters to ensure the 7th one goes on 4-3 in terms of dominance between both teams. We continue proceedings for you there with our post-match presentation in a bit.
Welcome to the post-match presentation. It's been a beautiful game of cricket here. Match day number 2, game number 8. A beautiful game, an East African derby between Rwanda and Kenya. The two teams had played each other a couple of times and with the same number of wins, but one goes up today, and the team is Kenya. Very well done to you, Kenya, for picking up a big 7-wicket victory over Rwanda. Of course, Rwanda batted first, got only 69 after winning the toss, and then you guys were there at the very end to win it with some very many balls to spare. First things first, Diane Marie, come, let's have a small chat. Diane, 2 games, 2 losses. Is this what you anticipated when you came here?
Of course, it's not what we were expecting from these games we're playing now.
And tell us, yesterday everybody feels you connived to give a victory to Zimbabwe, and today you just never got enough on board. What was it like? Because again, there was a flying start with 10 runs in the first over, but it means in the rest of the 19 overs you guys batted, you only got 59 runs.
If you see the way we batted, we can say that the batters didn't get the time to be responsibility on the wicket and stay there to take charge and make sure we get the runs on the board, and that's where we fell short, because you can't score such a runs and you be sure that you will defend it on this kind of stages we're playing now.
And then finally, you take a race tomorrow. You're not entirely all out of this tournament. You still have a fixture to play against another derby of sorts against Uganda, who you beat up in the Kwibuka final just last year. What would you like to be done on the rest day tomorrow? Is it a rest? Do you go work on something and come up and beat Uganda and send a statement to the rest of Africa again?
You can't say that we'll go and rest just for resting, but we are going to go and think about the games we've played, and we make sure we come up with something, and we make sure we get home with some win, not to be presenting just only for presenting. Because we want to make sure that we get some win tomorrow. Thank
you very much, Diane. Good luck to you as you take a rest, and good luck next to them. A couple of our contestants for the player of the match from Rwanda, Clarisse Mutoniwase, very well played, and Rosini Herrera with the ball against Shining. But to give out the player of the match award, please come through Mr. Poneka Vinod. Of course, a local boy, one of the local umpires here, Ghanaian. From the Kenyan team, very good contributions all around there with the bat there. Very well done to Vanessa Woko Diambo, but the player of the match is the captain, Esther Wangira Wachira, 1 for 11, 42 of 49. She led from the front. She has a high score of 51 in T20Is, and today she showed she can do this for her team and carry them across the line when no one gives them a chance. Very well played to you, Esther. How do you feel as a cricketing nation leading these young troops out here and putting on a brave performance today?
For us, we wanted to apply ourselves, and whatever we learned, we wanted to execute it in the ground, and that's what I did.
And again, give a few flowers. Who impressed you today amongst your team?
My vice captain, Melvin, and her sister, Veronica, and my water girls.
Very well said to you. How do you celebrate this today, and what do you do to come back and put up another big performance when you play again against Zimbabwe?
For us, it was each game at a time, and we have done this today, and we are waiting for the next game. We are going to execute whatever we have just done today.
Very well said. Do go celebrate your victory. That is it from the post-match presentation. It is Kenya that pick up a 7-wicket victory, but we'll take a rest and we'll be back with the 3rd round of games on Sunday.